seat, which you can't find a seat. It's impossible because I call them Starbucks squatters. That's what they order one coffee and then they sit there and 8 to 12 hours. And they bring so much stuff with them that it looks like they're moving in. They have a newspaper, they have a book, a charger, a laptop, extension cords, a cot.
Surprise!
The Dexter Factor is in the building. Hello? Hey, where's the cake and dancing girl? Someone said there was a party for me in here. What are you guys watching? Oh, I get it. You want me to do some of that cool star commentary like the big boys do on all those special edition DVDs. Is this thing on? And now, fellow peeps and cronies, I present to you, in full Dexter round sound, the legend of Orange Lightning! And his less important, hardly involved sidekick, Jack. That's Jack. Kinda scrawny, huh? And that incredibly handsome guy is me, back when I had pants. As you can see, I was a happy lad. Before Jack talked me into going to that stupid Misty Island. What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps.
Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! listened. What? Okay. I'm fine.
As you can see, I handled it quite well. Once I calmed Jack down, we went to see old Evergreen Samos the Sage about turning me back into my old gorgeous self.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north.
Yeah, right. If I had known what we were about to step into, I would have gladly stayed the village mascot. Just to get out of Sandover Village, we had to help this bunch of pathetic losers.
Your village needs you.
This guy couldn't find his pants without help. Oh, pants.
You think you could help an old man? Little furry dude!
Isn't that cute?
I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Maybe it's your breath. Well, at least they gave us stuff. Jack did all the grunt work while I collected the power cells. Suckers! We needed enough of these things to get through the fire canyon on my main girl Kira's Zoomer. Hey, baby! What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grad Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing. She couldn't resist me. At last, we reached Rock Village, where Samos's buddy, the Blue Sage, had vanished without a trace. It seems this ugly monster had been terrorizing the village by pelting it with huge boulders, and the people were even more pathetic than in our village.
You two look like a couple of capable fellows.
Will you help me out? Well, what are you waiting for? This bell's getting itchy.
Oh, my aching head.
I thought that's one of your vital organs. Walk it off, tough guy. Kira used some of the power cells we collected to raise a large boulder, and we were on our way to face that monster menace. Wait! I'll stay here and protect Kira. Jack, I think you're ready to handle that monster without me.
Oh, really heroic of you.
This calls for... Orange Lightning to the rescue! After I took out that halitosis challenge Neanderthal, everything was looking great. And of course, that's when all hell broke loose.
Holy yuckow! The Red Sage's lab looks worse than the Blue's.
Well, it definitely looks as though there's been a struggle here.
I'd hardly call it struggle. Would you, dear sister?
Certainly not. The Red Sage gave up with so little effort. No fun at all.
Doll? Is that you? What have you two done with the Blue and Red Sages?
Don't worry about your colorful friends, you old fool. They're perfectly safe in our citadel.
Wait a minute! That was Gull? The same Gull who's supposed to change me back? I'm doomed. I didn't let this little setback get me down. We had work to do. We battled spiders, abominable lurkers, and just when I didn't think it could get any worse, we had to deal with these two rocket scientists.
Hey, Gordy, I think we got visitors.
You think, Willard?
After a lovely romp through the lava tubes, my little hottie surprised us with the good news, the bad news, that old Greenie had been pruned. Where's old Short Drain and Wrinkly?
This is terrible. Father is missing. I think Gall and Maya may have kidnapped him as well.
Relax, sweetheart. I got everything under control.
Under control? Lurker armies continue to grow across the land. The sages have been kidnapped. Gall and Maya have gathered enough eco to complete their terrible plan. And to stop them, you're going to have to fight your way through their citadel.
Yeah. That about sums it up.
You've got to rescue my father before it's too late. And Jack, be careful.
Yeah, we will be. Clearly, the stress of the moment was getting to Kira.
You'd be loving this, mate, wouldn't you?
Have you witnessed anything like this? Anybody can report this behaviour.
Hey guys, can I get a hand for a sec?
I thought you lesbians were supposed to be as good as us blokes.
No matter how subtle,
Hey princess, where's your tiara today?
they are all forms of sexually based harassment. If you know someone's prejudices have got out of hand or have become inappropriate, do something about it.
Gaming Lunch returns in the Commons. Play some PlayStation All-Stars, Little Big Planet, and more every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If there are other activities planned in the Commons, Gaming Lunch will be cancelled that day.
Hey you! What are you doing staring at the screen? Click here to watch another gag.
No, don't listen to him. He's pranking you. Click here to see another gag.
Oh sure, Billy the Pretty Girl. See what that gets you. Trust me, you want to click here.
Well, believe who you want. But if you can decide, at least click the subscribe button just right there.
You know, MP, for once, I actually agree with you. Oh yeah, go on, click the subscribe button.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is a very, very special show. Welcome to our TNA Wrestling Special, where these wrestlers and knockouts going to battle it out for bragging rights and $20,000. So, let's meet our two teams. First of all, it is the wrestlers. VD, my man. Introduce your partners.
All right. Got Mr. Anderson, the mighty Matt Morgan.
Good answer. Good answer.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, good answer.
And Jay Lethal.
Win yourself some money today, fellas, okay? Let's go meet the knockouts. Hey, Christy.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you, God.
We're excited, right, guys?
I've been backstage practicing already. Good answer, good answer.
Great answer.
And you got the pink on for us.
Got the pink on just for you.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. So introduce everybody, Christy.
We have the lovely Velvet Sky. Miss Angelina Love. The fantastic Lacey Von Erich. And Miss Tara.
You throw people around pretty tough. This is going to be good. Hey, good luck to both teams. Let's play feud. Give me Christy Ham. Give me RVD. My man. Let's go.
Yay.
Okay. A lot of tension here. Yeah, okay. Hey, we got the top 8 answers on the board, guys. We asked 100 women. Name something men wear that women think is sexy.
Cologne.
Cologne! One answer can top it, Christy.
Brief.
Brief. You control it. You're going to pass the play. They're going to pass it. Big Mick Foley said pass. It's your turn. Good call. Velvet, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yes, better than ever. Really.
Hi.
I am. Yo, one of those guys, is one of those guys one of your enemies on the show?
All of them.
All of them?
Oh, yeah. We don't like any of them. Are you kidding me? Look at them. Sorry. I'm just being honest.
For safety purposes, I think they look absolutely wonderful.
Don't worry. You're under the protection of the knockouts now. We got your back.
The knockouts got me?
Like that. Yeah.
Thank God for you. All right, we ask 100 women. Name something men wear that women think is sexy.
Okay, my answer was actually inspired by you. I'm going to say pink.
When they wear pink.
Oh, come on, women! I got one.
You got one, Angelina?
A suit. Right there.
A suit! Lacey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's right.
I'm a little nervous. Okay, I'd say tight jeans.
Tight jeans. Good
answer, Lacey.
Tight jeans. Tara, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Boy, you are dangerous.
Is this where we kiss, or is that my age and myself, Richard Dawson?
Yeah, it was
you don't
Richard
kiss
Dawson.
Anymore?
Yeah, no, I can't do that anymore.
Your wife will kind of beat me up, probably. Yeah.
No, she wouldn't beat you up, but she'd fire shots.
Yeah.
Hey, so we ask 100 women. Name something men wear that women think is sexy.
A uniform.
A uniform. Here's the deal. 2 strikes. If it's there, you're still alive. If it's not there, the wrestlers can get ready to steal.
I'm going to say boxers.
Go along with my other answer.
Velvet.
No clothes.
Straight, naked, in the All right, fellas. Here we go.
Jewelry, Rob, jewelry.
Rob Van Dam, what do you think, man? They ask 100 women, name something men wear that women think is sexy.
I'm gonna go with jewelry.
Jewelry. Jumping is good. Number 5. Take. Number 7. Okay. Number 8. Jesus.
You'd be loving this, mate, wouldn't you?
Have you witnessed anything like this? Anybody can report this behaviour.
Hey guys, can I get a hand for a sec?
I thought you lesbians were supposed to be as good as us blokes.
No matter how subtle,
Hey princess, where's your tiara today?
they are all forms of sexually based harassment. If you know someone's prejudices have got out of hand or have become inappropriate, do something about it.
Gaming Lunch returns in the comments. Play some PlayStation All-Stars, Little Big Planet, and more every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If there are other activities planned in the Commons, Gaming Lunch will be cancelled that day.
When our next guest found out his best friend didn't have a date for prom, he decided to do something about it, and I couldn't love this story more. From Las Vegas, Nevada, please welcome Anthony and Jacob. These schoolmates of yours got a bus and drove in from Las Vegas just to support the story. So they're amazing. So thank you all for amazing to do that. Okay, so Anthony and Jacob. So, and you have been friends, you're in your senior, or are you going into your senior year?
We're going into our senior year.
Okay, so you've been friends since when?
We became friends our sophomore year of high school. I was in student council my freshman year, and then he joined his sophomore year, and we kind of basically became friends then.
That's how you met?
Yes.
Okay, and you were straight, and you were gay.
Yes.
And you knew he was gay when you met him.
Yes.
And you didn't have a problem with that, you just became friends?
No, I was actually told that he had a crush on me. And at first I was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
I have a crush on you, and I'm gay too. So you're adorable.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So you heard he had a crush on you, and?
And so at first I was kind of scared. I was like, oh, maybe I should be friends with them. That's kind of, because I didn't support gay rights then, but I also was not against them. But it was still just kind of weird for me because being a high school student, that is kind of weird to think about. And being a straight high school student, that's weird to think about. Right. And Anthony actually was the reason I began to support gay rights, because he's such a convincing person. He can convince anyone of anything. He's such a great speaker. And he convinced me that I should support this, and it's a great cause. So now I just start defending it more and more, and now look where we are.
Well, good for you. It's amazing when you know somebody, it helps change your mind, because like you said, you were scared because he had a crush on you, like there was going to be some kind of attack on you, and he just had a crush on you, which people have crushes on people all the time, and it doesn't, ever go anywhere, unfortunately for some people. So you tweeted out that you didn't have a date for prom, and so you saw that he didn't have a date. And did you have a date for prom?
Originally I did. I kind of did, not really. But then I decided against it, and we decided that to go separate.
Mm-hmm.
And
so she knows who she is.
Oh yeah, she knows who she is.
All right.
And so I told her to go with her friends, and I'd go with my friends, and I'd go single, which I was totally okay with that because I'd love to hang out with my friends on prom night. Like, how could you have a better night than that? And then so I was single. Yeah.
So you knew he needed a date, and you surprised him. And this is how you found out. You walk out of class, and you see a sign in the hallway. And you find out that Jacob wants to go to prom with you.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, at first I was like, wait, why is there a sign? Why is everyone crowded over there? I'm like, I want to go over there and see who's getting asked. Like, I want to be a part of that. And then they open up the sign, and then I see it, and then all I see is Jacob with his arms wide open. I was like, that's for me.
That is amazing. That is so adorable. You know what? If that can't be an example for people in the world to know that we just, that you have a date with your friend who you had a crush on, and he's open-minded enough to actually do this. We have teachers that drove in from Las Vegas. Your parents are in the audience. Good for you, first of all. I just want to say, I know that there are some schools out there that don't support this and wouldn't allow this to happen, and it's really a shame because prom is very important to a lot of people. And what's the name of your school?
Desert Oasis High School.
Well, good for you for actually go. That's wonderful that the teachers and the school supports that. And so you're going into your senior year, and we want to help you out because our partners at Shutterfly support your future education, and each of you are getting a check for $10,000.
Hey, 42 here. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with an eerie feeling that someone or something is watching you? Or maybe you've seen a pair of eyes in the darkness staring back at you and deep into your soul. Are demons responsible for these spine-tingling moments? Are demons even real, and is it possible to become possessed by one? These terrifying real-life stories seem to suggest that they're more than just fables. These demonic possession stories will surely send shivers down your spine. First up is the possession of German-born Anneliese Michel. This terrifying account was so convincing that Hollywood couldn't help themselves but make a film out of it. The 2005 film, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, was based on the real-life case of Anneliese Michel. Michelle had always had problems whilst growing up. She suffered from epilepsy and mental illness, for which she was treated at a psychiatric hospital. However, it was not until 1973, when Michelle was 20 years old, when things really started to get weird. Michelle became suicidal. She started to vehemently reject all religious objects and symbols. She drank her own urine and started hearing voices which told her to rot in hell. She also started seeing the faces of devils. Catholic Bishop Joseph Stangl used his utmost authority as a member of the Catholic Church to deduce that this behaviour wasn't normal for a 20-year-old girl, and she was likely possessed by a demon. Stangl performed an exorcism ritual in total secrecy. Over the next 10 months, Michelle had a staggering 70 exorcisms performed on her. Meanwhile, her parents stopped treating her epilepsy and mental disorders. After a year of this, she died of dehydration and malnutrition. The priests who conducted the exorcisms were found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 6 months behind bars. I think there's an important lesson here. If the first 20 exorcisms don't work out, the next 50 probably aren't going to either. Next up is the unnerving story of Michael Taylor, who lived with his wife Christine in a small town called Ozet in Great Britain. The couple were very religious and regularly attended a Christian prayer group. At one peculiar meeting in 1974, Michael's wife Christine Taylor accused her husband of having an affair with the leader of the prayer group. Taylor obviously wasn't too pleased with this accusation because he began to spew obscenities at his wife and started to act extremely erratic, which was very much out of character for him. Witnesses concluded that he had been possessed by some kind of evil spirit. This insane behaviour continued for months until Taylor eventually consulted a priest, who performed an exorcism on him, which lasted for a grueling 24 hours. According to the priests involved in the exorcism, they removed 40 demons from Taylor's body. However, the priests warned him that the demons may still have remained dormant in his soul. And they weren't far wrong, because Taylor then went home and brutally murdered his wife and their dog. After which he wandered the streets for hours, covered in blood, before being arrested. Next up is the real-life account that the infamous 1974 film The Exorcist is based on. But there's a twist. The actual possession happened to a male, not a female like in the film. The actual possession happened to 14-year-old Roland Doe, which is actually not his real name. The Catholic Church assigned this pseudonym to him to protect the boy's privacy. The bone-chilling real-life story goes like this. It was the late 1940s in Cottage City, Maryland, and Roland Doe attempted to contact his late aunt through a Ouija board. Many believe this is what opened the door to a flurry of demons who wished to possess him. Unfortunately, the countless horror films where little Jimmy finds a Ouija board in the attic and accidentally brings through 1,000 evil demons hadn't yet been made. So poor Roland Doe was none the wiser. His family started to hear strange sounds around the house, such as scratching, dripping water, and unexplained footsteps. Then religious artifacts started flying from the walls. Then Doe levitated into the air, his body unnaturally contorted, speaking in tongues in a guttural voice. It was about then that the boy's family decided it was about time to do something about this unnatural behaviour. They brought in a priest to perform an exorcism. The ritual was performed over 30 times before the priest deemed it successful. Doe injured the priest multiple times during the exorcisms. Those present reported a horrible sulfuric odour lingering in the air afterwards. Afterwards, Doe returned to his normal life. Next up is George Lukens, a man from England in the late 17th century. Lukens was a greedy bugger because he claimed to be possessed by not one, but 7 demons, and he requested 7 different priests to remove the demons from his body. It all started when Sarah Barber, a close friend of Lukens, noticed that he had started to act rather strangely. According to Barber, Lukens had slowly deteriorated mentally and physically over the past 18 years. He started to have seizures and growl at people around him. He talked in disturbing, supernatural tones. In 1778, 7 priests performed a lengthy exorcism on Lukens at the Temple Church in Bristol, England. As soon as the exorcism commenced with one of the priests singing a hymn, Lukens turned extremely violent and started barking and hissing at the priests. Lukens then cycled through 7 different demonic personalities over the span of the exorcism, before finally declaring out loud that he was the devil himself. Afterwards, according to the priests who were present, the exorcism was a success. The demons were sent back to hell, and George Lukens returned to a normal life. Next up is a story of the infamous serial killer, who was supposedly spurred on to kill by a demon. He was known as the Son of Sam, although his real name was David Berkowitz. Berkowitz began murdering in 1976 and continued his ruthless killing campaign for an entire year before he was caught. His killings all had a very similar MO. He would approach a stranger in the dead of night and shoot them with a .44 revolver. Then he would leave immediately, without uttering a word. However, at one of the crime scenes, the police found a stomach-turning note left by Berkowitz. The note talked about his father, called Sam, who drank blood and kept Berkowitz locked in an attic. The note also said that Father Sam commands Berkowitz to go out and kill. But this is the strange part, as if it wasn't strange already. Berkowitz didn't have a father named Sam. His father was actually called Tony. So who on earth, or hell, was Sam? Well, get this. According to Berkowitz, Sam was the name of the demon who possessed his neighbor's dog. Yes, dog. When Berkowitz, aka the son of Sam as he had come to be known, was finally arrested in 1977, after killing 6 known victims, he confessed to his murders. He explained how his neighbour's dog was a conduit for an evil demon, and that the dog had commanded him to carry out every murder. So remember guys, if you don't have an alibi, you can always blame it on the dog. Actually no, wait, that doesn't work at all. David Berkowitz got 6 life sentences for his evil demon dog-fueled murders. Next we go to Natal, South Africa, where in 1906 a Christian student named Clara Germana Selle started to act very strangely. Up until the age of 16, Clara had always been a very ordinary girl. But that all changed pretty quickly when Clara started displaying some rather incredible yet creepy superhuman powers. Clara started to speak and understand German, French and Polish fluently, despite the fact that she had never studied or even heard these languages before. Clara was also able to reveal the most intimate secrets about people whom she'd never met before. Clara started to mysteriously levitate vertically out of her bed, and she had superhuman levels of strength, able to throw people twice her size across the room. It is said by witnesses that her voice sounded like a veritable herd of wild beasts orchestrated by Satan. Clara later revealed that she had made a pact with Satan, giving him the ability to take over her body. Had she really made a pact with Satan? Well, the local priest certainly thought so. 2 priests performed an exorcism on Clara that lasted 2 days, during which over 170 people witnessed her levitating several feet in the air whilst the priests read scriptures. After the exorcism, it was a general consensus of the priests and those present that the evil spirits had been expunged from her body. Presumably Satan was displeased that Clara hadn't kept her end of the bargain. In 2008, a board-certified psychiatrist at New York Medical College, named Dr. Richard Gallagher, was given a very unique opportunity. A bishop asked him to provide a psychiatric analysis of a woman who claimed to be possessed by demons. Usually scientists and doctors just pass off these cases as mental illness, but Gallagher put his prejudices aside and agreed to examine her regardless. During the examination, the woman, who was given the pseudonym of Julia to protect her identity, started out completely normal, but then demons obviously reminded her of the small fact that she was possessed, because she suddenly went into a trance-like state, followed by a fit of rage. She started to shout at Gallagher and others in the room, telling them to go away, you idiots, leave her alone. Julia started to shake violently. Then objects flew from the shelves. After Gallagher examined Julia, a decision was reached between the bishop and himself that Julia should be exorcised. During the exorcism, Julia screamed obscenities at the priests in Latin and Spanish. She reportedly levitated 5 centimeters off the ground for half an hour, and she screamed in pain when she was sprinkled with holy water. And finally is the infamous murder trial of Arne Cheyenne Johnson in 1981. This was the first ever case in the US where a lawyer pleaded their client's innocence on the grounds of demonic possession. In other words, he didn't do it, it was the demon. But how did Johnson find himself in court? Well, about a year earlier, Johnson stabbed his landlord, Alan Bono, to death with a pocket knife in Connecticut. Before the stabbing, family members close to Johnson began having demonic visions and heard noises in the house, such as footsteps, doors slamming, and mysterious voices. Johnson's fiance's younger brother, David, reported seeing an apparition that looked like, quote-unquote, a man with big black eyes, a thin face with animal features and jagged teeth, pointed ears, horns, and hooves. Shortly afterwards, David started having convulsions, and bruises appeared on his body. He started to shout at the family in Latin. A few days later, Johnson himself said he had also become possessed. It all eventually came to a climax a few weeks later, when the family held a party in their home. According to everyone who attended the party, Johnson went into a trance, walked slowly towards his landlord, growling under his breath. Then, all of a sudden, stabbed him multiple times in the chest. A year later, and the judge at Johnson's murder trial ruled that demonic possession was not a valid defense against murder, and Johnson was given a 20-year prison sentence. Thanks for the view. Subscribe for more. 42.
The existence of demonic possession is a widely held religious belief. In Islamic mythology, the jinn are supernatural beings that can invade the body. Within the Christian tradition, exorcism dates back to the New Testament, when Jesus expelled demons on a number of occasions.
These are the fitness and wellness trends we couldn't help but try.
Not just winning races, but setting records on low-carbohydrate diets.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 health fads of all time.
Help cleanse our liver and our blood and act as a detoxifier, a natural detoxifier.
For this list, we're focusing on the trends of past and present that purported to promote clean living, weight loss, and health, for better or worse.
There's a couple other things, but it really is more related to getting rid of toxins than it is to consuming something to eat.
We are not focusing on brand names or any licensed products and services. So programs like Weight Watchers and the Atkins diet need not apply. And neither do Zumba or CrossFit. Number 10, alternative health bracelets.
With claims they improve balance, strength and flexibility, but no one knows if they actually work.
Allegedly based on Chinese medicine, these ionized pieces of metal jewelry became both a fashion statement and a sought-after way to feel healthy and grounded by claiming they helped balance the qi energy in your body.
Basically, we're selling energy in a band.
While many found that they indeed could feel a difference in their bodies and minds through skin contact with this magic metal.
It's made with volcanic ash and minerals.
Researchers everywhere balked at the effectiveness of this trend, citing the placebo effect as the true cause of any health improvements.
Look at I'm using all my might and I can't budge. Is that amazing?
Number 9, the Mediterranean diet.
With 50% less heart disease, 20% lower rates of cancer, and get this, almost no dementia. And with those kinds of numbers, I'm all about the Mediterranean diet.
Not only delicious, but also nutritious, this diet, typical of countries like Spain, Greece, and southern Italy, has been studied for its health benefits. And lucky for all you lovers of things like fish and red wine, this one does not leave you wanting. Touted as high in fiber and good fats, and low in bad fats, this menu includes olive oil as a key ingredient, which replaces unhealthy fats like butter and lard in cooking. Of course, those living in the Mediterranean are healthy not just because of their diet, but also because of their generally active lifestyles. So this one is more of an all-encompassing change. But you get a heart-healthy glass of red wine each day. So, cheers.
Stay close to me.
Number 8, the raw food diet.
What do you mean, they don't cook the food here? That's why they call it raw. The raw food movement? People love it. Sting, Demi, Sunyi.
This dieting trend claims that essential nutrients are lost when food is subjected to high temperatures, meaning that cooking your meals is a counterproductive way to enjoy the benefits of a healthy lifestyle.
Eat as much fruit and as many vegetables as you possibly want.
Offering both vegan and animal-based options, this diet's popularity probably upped the sales of blenders and food dehydrators thanks to support from Hollywood celebrities like Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson.
The number one thing to improve their diet, I would say, to increase the amount of raw organic food that you consume.
Raw foodism is promoted as an ideal way to not only stay healthy and fit, but also as a way to keep looking youthful. And judging by how good the celebrity spokespeople look, they may be onto something.
We brought an alternative turkey option for those of us who are going to go raw tonight.
We molded these nuts and berries into the shape of a turkey.
Yum!
So good.
I'm so hungry for it. Number 7. Exercise video games.
Stepping onto the balance board in a Guitar Hero-like minigame isn't very difficult, nor are some of the beginner yoga stretches, but some exercises, like planking or jackknife crunches, will bring on the burn.
Who says video games are for couch potatoes? These virtual interactive video games proved you could get fit while avoiding the gym and having fun at the same time. With a variety of workout games to choose from, ranging from actual simulated sports to games like Wii Fit, to upbeat choreographed dances, these games broke new ground in the areas of both fitness and gaming alike. They've even paved the way for today's fitness phone apps, which can help you chart your calories, record your workouts, and reach your fitness goals wherever you go.
You can even share it with your friends and let the world know how you're doing. I might not do that just yet.
Number 6. Boot camp workouts.
We've got 6 moves, 30 seconds each, and then we're going to repeat the whole thing.
At ease, soldier. This workout is not for the faint of heart, focusing on pushing participants beyond their physical limits.
Push, go. This is day 1, and we're in.
Boot camp fitness classes took the world by storm as a method to get in shape through challenging and intense physical activity, with CrossFit being one of the more popular variations on this fad.
It's a race to the finish, and we're going to have to go to the chip. We'll see who got across the finish line in time. It's Doris Dunn. It's going to be Josh Bridges.
Based on the type of training militaries go through, boot camp classes use cardio exercise, weight training, and a variety of drills organized in intervals, as well as social support and camaraderie to get their trainees into peak physical condition.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake those legs out. Roll those shoulders.
Number 5. The Master Cleanse.
Okay, nobody said this was tasty, all right?
This liquid concoction of lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup may leave a bad taste in your mouth, but it's said to be one of the fastest ways to lose weight and detoxify the body.
I'm actually feeling good right now on the Master Cleanse. I'm feeling good, I have energy. It's just the whole psychological thing of I can't eat food.
Originally created in the 1940s, the Master Cleanse Juice Fast regained its popularity in the 2000s, with Hollywood celebrities like Beyoncé using it to slim down quickly for movie roles.
And not long ago, Beyoncé Knowles told Oprah that something called the Master Cleanser helped her lose 20 pounds.
I did a fast, Master Cleanser, but for 14 days.
Described by nutritionists as one of the most extreme forms of crash dieting, this health trend should never be undertaken on a regular basis. And not only because you'll gain the weight back once you start eating normally.
So you're not drinking, you're not smoking weed, you're not...
No, I'm drinking and smoking weed.
But
I'm on a cleanse, I'm not psychotic.
Number 4. Low-carb diets.
There's a diet that seems to be changing people's lives for the better.
With obesity on the rise, many people worldwide have turned to this way of managing their waistlines. Depending on the diet, carbohydrate consumption is restricted, while higher-fat foods like meat and low-carb foods like vegetables are favored.
One of the things I love to do there is eat my celery, my red peppers, a little bit of carrots with some guacamole dip, and that's just a great low-carb, very satiating snack.
Used by some to treat obesity and diabetes as early as the 18th century and brought back to the mainstream in the 20th, the concept of low carb has now been absorbed into the minds of food consumers and restaurateurs everywhere, prompting many menus and food products to now feature low or no carb items.
Pete earns a living by sharing his passion for low-carb recipes.
What we've got here is a basic spaghetti bolognese. Without the pasta, we use zucchini instead.
Number 3. Hot yoga.
We make it that hot so that you can warm up the muscles and so that you can really, it's kind of working your body from the inside out. It's kind of like a shower from the inside out.
You better bring a towel to this humid workout. Designed to mimic the environment of India, where yoga was invented, hot yoga offers classes held at temperatures of around 105 degrees. Why? Well, proponents believe the amped-up heat, mixed with the challenging poses, form the perfect combo to sweat out toxins and stretch muscles to their full potential.
Now, everybody put your sit bones on the ground and bring your walk sticks up over your think globe for a pose called Monkey with Shattered Spine.
Variations of this type of yoga also exist with modified heat variations, including Bikram, Forest Yoga, Tri-Balance Yoga, and Power Yoga. But all are designed to keep you sweating throughout the session while remaining zenned out.
It has just
led me to appreciate so much being healthy and living a healthy lifestyle and feeling healthy.
Number 2, the paleo diet.
The paleo diet promises you'll easily lose your unwanted pounds and it could ward off debilitating diseases.
Also called the caveman diet, this primal diet strives to imitate the hunter-gatherer origins of the human species, citing agricultural advancements as the leading cause of health and digestive problems felt by people in the modern era. High in fruits, veggies, and lean meats, this food regimen also seeks to eliminate grains, legumes, and dairy, as well as processed foods and sugar.
So basically, it's nothing in a wrapper.
Supporters of this diet have claimed their weight and overall health improved as a result. However, critics cite the fact that the lifespan of cavemen was much shorter, as proof that changes in human diet since then have increased our longevity. Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
In Paris, for example, we prefer quality, and this is the enjoying aspect of the food.
His first tip, smaller portions mean fewer calories.
So you can use this as a meal replacement if you're on a juicing program, or you can just add this as a supplement to your day.
Another aspect is just actually being able to feel the ground. Your foot will give sensors to your brain about how you're running and how lightly you should be landing.
We're gonna be making a colon cleansing smoothie. This smoothie is gonna keep your colon very squeaky clean.
Number 1, the gluten-free diet.
Somebody just told you you probably shouldn't eat gluten. You're like, oh, I guess I shouldn't eat gluten.
Gluten means bad shit, man, and I'm not eating it.
For sufferers of celiac disease, this diet can be a life-changing way to enjoy food while avoiding tummy pains. But recently, many people without this disease have claimed gluten-free is the only way to go.
It helps you have more energy, it helps you feel better, and it certainly helps control your weight.
Gluten is a protein found in most wheat products and can cause intestinal trouble for anyone who is intolerant, gaining popularity in the treatment of autism as well as the overall gut health of many individuals.
You eliminate dairy and wheat from your diet and suddenly you don't see signs of autism? What is the connection? Explain
Well,
it.
there's a major gut-brain connection in autism that I think is under-recognized.
This is one health trend that's on the rise. However, by avoiding gluten, you may be avoiding vital vitamins, minerals, and fiber as well. So it's best to always consult your doctor when trying a new diet regime.
Do you maintain a gluten-free diet?
I do indeed.
And what is gluten?
Okay, does he know what gluten is? Oh, everyone says no.
Well, as far as for me, how it affects my body,
But what is gluten?
this is pretty sad because I don't know.
Do you agree with our list? Which health fads have you tried? For more healthy top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
It is part, I believe, of the wheat that I really don't know. It's in rye, wheat, oat, and bran.
Gaming Lunch returns in the Commons. Play some PlayStation All-Stars, Little Big Planet, and more every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If there are other activities planned in the Commons, Gaming Lunch will be cancelled that day.
They've only been around a couple of years and already there's a next generation selfie stick. Introducing the Selfie Arm.
It's extremely lightweight. It's incredibly lightweight.
Just stick your phone in the clip and hold your selfie arm by the hand.
Man, I look gorgeous.
You don't end up with a regular selfie.
Okay, there it is.
You end up looking like you have a friend. As the designers put it, nobody wants to look alone while they mindlessly snap pictures of themselves. I mean, it's very funny.
Thank you. It's supposed to be funny, yes.
Created by two artists as sarcastic commentary on the selfie stick phenomenon, it may come across as similar to, say, the boyfriend pillow.
I can use it for hugging.
But the selfie arm is self-aware.
Certainly not a sincere product for someone who's actually lonely.
Eric Snee and fabricator Justin Crow are laughing at the comments their selfie arm is provoking. I'd rather chop off my arm and put a camera on the stump than be seen with this thing. It was sculpted out of clay, then wrapped in fiberglass and hollowed out. Very durable. Eric likes that it looks like a zombie's hand. Just a few weeks ago, we heard about selfie shoes.
Just insert your phone into the port, raise it to the perfect angle.
But the selfie shoes were an April Fool's joke. Can you give me a hand? Now, the selfie arm may have been intended as ironic art commentary, but there are companies out there that have reached out, expressed interest in mass producing it. Novelty companies looking for a gag product, but as art, a limited edition of 10 signed selfie arms will be offered. We'll skip the jokes about them costing an arm and a leg. The arm alone is priced at $6,200. Can I get you to wave goodbye with your selfie arm? Ginny Mo, CNN.
No, I'm not going to do that.
New York.